So one day I was listening to one of the speeches given by Alia Bhatt while receiving the Times Award, and she delivered it beautifully. It was a well-crafted speech in every way. And that got me thinking, what are the key ingredients that make a stellar speech? The things that keep the audience engaged, what makes them feel connected to the speaker. You want to know that? Even I want to know that. So I decided to watch top 20 speeches I could find on the internet and found these 5 strategies used by the speakers to make it memorable. Using these strategies, you can create an unforgettable impression on your audience during your next speech or presentation. So let's get started. The first strategy is plan an activity in the beginning. Priyanka Chopra has brilliantly used this in her speech given on breaking the glass ceiling. Have a look.
I'm going to talk about. So first and foremost, good evening and a big round of applause to all of you. I cannot tell you how happy I am to be here today.
Did you see that? Plan an activity at the beginning of the speech that engages the audience. You can ask them to clap for themselves, as Priyanka Chopra did, or you can ask them a question. Generally, some speakers ask their audience to engage with the person sitting next to them and get to know each other. This creates a friendly environment for everyone. This helps in multiple ways. First, all the people who are planning to sleep during the presentation wake up. Audience becomes more eager to listen. In addition, when the audience laughs or claps, it gives the speaker a boost, makes them feel more confident. Overall, a nice strategy to start your speech with. The second strategy is using different voices. Yes, you heard that right. You have to use different voices. Well, this is one skill that not everyone has, but if you do, it can bring life and engagement to your speech. You can learn this skill by working on your voice. So I heard Oprah Winfrey's speech delivered at Harvard University. It's an eloquent speech. She shared her failures and successes. What was interesting about her speech was how she mimicked the voices of different characters. Watch this.
During the question and answer period, the question came, why, young lady, what would you like to be when you grow up? And by the time they got to me, all the good answers were gone. So I had seen Barbara Walters on the Today Show that morning, so I answered.
Did you see that? The audience was engaged throughout. So if you're able to pull this off, then of course, your storytelling will keep everyone hooked. But remember one thing, this can sometimes come across as mocking. Make sure you do it the right way without making fun of anyone. This technique is also used by stand-up comedians. It helps them and the audience visualize things in a much better way. It takes a lot of practice and keen observational skills. Now the goal is to entertain and bring joy to others, not to hurt anyone's feelings. Yes or no? Also, if you want to sharpen your public speaking skills, you can hear other Harvard commencement speeches and you will learn a lot. The one by Steve Jobs is one of my favorites. Do watch it. I'm linking all the speech references in the description box below so you can check them out. All right. The third strategy is talk regional. Yes, to make your speech memorable, use local slangs, dialogues, or words that relate to the audience to establish a connection with them. Have a look. Watch this one.
Señorita, bude, they show me. You know what I mean. So,
Barack Obama, oh God, legend. If you observed him, he even used a lot of Hindi words during his speech and the audience was filled with energy and laughter every time he did. By the way, the speech was given by him when he visited India in 2015. For this, you have to know your audience very well. The key here is optimization. Optimize your speech for your audience. Let me share an example. Let's say you participated in an inter-college competition. You got a chance to speak at one of the colleges in Kashmir, example. And your audience is Kashmiri students and teachers. So you can include a few words, phrases or slangs that are used in that language. Maybe adding a few Urdu words will work. You have to build a connection through your words. So make sure to research properly. Do that. The fourth pointer is speak with conviction. I think we have all heard Alia's famous time speech. It got viral, and honestly, it is such a beautiful speech. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, remember? I like the way it was written and the way Ali delivered it. She looked at the paper multiple times, but it came out so natural. The use of humor is spot on. Have a look.
My general knowledge is widely known to be weak, but my emotional intelligence is something that I worked really hard to cultivate. I have a tendency to be hard on myself with regards to my weight and my appearance, but I never say no to a French fry.
Did you notice that? She choked a little bit when she said, my emotional intelligence is something that I worked really hard to cultivate. Oh God, so sweet. After watching the entire speech, you will notice that her expression communicates conviction. Yes or no? She owns every word in her speech. It makes her more relatable and likable. If you want to sound natural while delivering, understand the emotion behind each and every sentence. Remember, public speaking is all about calculating every second of the speech beforehand. When you prepare yourself in this manner, the outcome will be amazing, trust me. However, it's important to use humor appropriately and with consideration for the audience and the subject matter. Avoid using humor that could be offensive or insensitive. It's also critical to ensure that humor fits the overall tone and message of the speech. Sounds good? And here comes the last point, the fifth point, choosing your voice according to the topic. We often associate public speaking with high energy, covering the entire stage and talking really fast. However, this is not true all the time. You have to choose your tone according to the intensity or feel of the topic and modulate your voice accordingly. For example, in Shah Rukh Khan's talk, his voice had depth. The topic is quite serious, but he does it with humor and amazing storytelling. It appears that he's talking fairly slowly, taking deliberate pauses. He has kept his hand and stage movement minimal, yet made an impact with his voice. Check it out.
Feeling a little brave just before I came here, I decided to take a good hard look at my face. And I realized that I'm beginning to look more and more like the wax statue of me at Madame Tussauds. Yeah, and in that moment of realization, I asked the most central and pertinent question to humanity and me.
Did you see that? You must have observed how calmly he used the pause at just the right time. I would love to call it the perfect pause. Sometimes we underestimate the power of pauses in speech, yes or no? However, let me tell you something. That taking pauses in a speech can help to improve the flow, the delivery, and the impact of the message being conveyed. Now, these may sound like simple tips, but if you follow them, you can become a great public speaker. Hope you are enjoying my public speaking series. I have tried to curate the best content. Best content for you. That's voice modulation. Out of this, if anything made sense to you, do share your love in the comment section. It gives us the boost to bring high quality content just for you. Also, I have linked all the speeches in the description section. I highly recommend you to watch them. They are all quite inspiring and will help you learn the nuances of public speaking. You can also try a shadowing technique with any speech. If you're wondering what shadowing technique is, then you must watch this video. The key is practice. That's all for today. Stay awesome, stay productive.